mostly at the YMCA, but I'm helping out down in Seoul for the next couple of weeks. Basically, I'm going to start. I'm just going to give you a quick lowdown of what I'm doing today. We're going to have an open discussion. Definitely talk about some topics. My focus today is going to be whole grains, introducing some of those. I'm hitting a little bit of technical difficulty. I wanted to cook a risotto in front of y'all and show you how to properly cook a risotto. I'm going to tell her how to actually cook this in the back real quick. I'm going to include you guys in the discussion. So what I'm doing is sauteing a little bit of garlic, a little bit of shallot and olive oil. I'm going to introduce, I picked barley today, but traditionally it's arboreal rice. I really like barley in this. So basically I'm sauteing this. I'm going to go from, I'm looking for a translucent color, and then I'm slowly going to add liquid to it. So I have some vegetable broth. I really like a low sodium vegetable broth. Add this slowly and incorporate it. You want your risotto, and barley takes a little bit longer. It's going to take about 20 to 30 minutes to cook, but it's going to be a really nice, creamy consistency, something that you would get at a restaurant or something like that. I do add Parmesan cheese, a little bit of parsley, really good for you, and some of those mushrooms. So she's going to take this and start in the back, and then we'll try this out after it's done cooking. So just saute this off, add this. Third, and then add your liquid slowly, and then good luck. Here's this. This goes on. So we got this. All right. So like I said, I definitely I want this time and energy spent on. If you guys have any questions, any concerns, any kind of topics, something like that. And then I also want to pick a topic for 2 weeks from now, and definitely some recommendations for any kind of foods you want to try out as well. So I have been with the YMCA and the VA hospital for the last 10 months. My undergraduate is in nutrition. I will be a registered dietitian in about 6 weeks. It's been a very long road. Allie does a tremendous job with the community, and something really, it's kind of like a magnet with YMCA down in Seoul. Really attracted to kind of the movement and everything she's doing. So with whole grains, kind of the best quote I've heard, I think ever, is that the news isn't that fruits, vegetables, and whole grains is good for you. The real news is that they're so good for you that they can save your life. So that's really important, that we're incorporating some of these into our daily diet. The recommendations that I have are 6 to 10 servings of whole grains in your diet a day. These include like barley, quinoa, black rice, brown rice. Some of those whole grains are coming from your breads. We just want to make sure when we're purchasing our breads that we're making sure it's 100% whole grain. That's going to be the first ingredient. So a lot of the label reading comes into play. Definitely want to learn how to cook some of these grains. Something like quinoa, it's a really, really great grain. It's gluten-free. It's complete protein. I definitely recommend this to some of our vegan kind of dieters and just general diet nutrition in general. Frike is also kind of on people's radar right now. This is also a complete protein. It's called frike, which is actually a green wheat. It's the very, so it is a gluten product, but this is kind of what grains used to be back in, I guess they want to say ancient times, but I would say about 100 years ago. So what we did with grains is we started refining grains. We took out the bran, took out the endosperm. We basically removed all the fiber, all the vitamins, all the nutrients out of these products, and they served a purpose at a time. The purpose is we wanted longer shelf lives. So during the industrial age, during World War I, we needed World War II, we needed products that would last a little bit longer on the shelves. It was purposeful. I guess it did serve a purpose, but the thing is, we've removed all these nutrients, and now we've really come to suffer from these things. B vitamins, fiber. Recommendations for fiber, gentlemen, it's 30 grams of fiber a day. kind of to put that in, I mean, I could say 30 grams of fiber. That doesn't really mean much unless we're kind of breaking this down. An apple has about 3 grams of fiber. So if we're eating our 3 to 5 servings of fruits, 3 to 5 servings of vegetables a day, and then our 6 to 10 servings of whole grains a day, we're hitting our fiber marks pretty good. Problem is processed foods, the refining of grains, and just not incorporating fruits and vegetables, whole grains in your diet. We're missing these fiber marks, probably about 25 grams a day, which is huge. We see an increased amount of diabetes, especially in children. You know, it's really sad to have type 2 diabetes, which used to be called adult-onset diabetes, happening in 10-year-olds. I mean, there's something with that. I think the processed foods, convenient foods, are definitely coming into play with that. So incorporating these whole grains in a diet. We have the risotto going. I'm also going to do a demo with oats, and I'm going to add this to some fruits I got some blueberries and some peaches, the unsweetened almond milk, and we'll do a nice smoothie afterwards. First, I kind of want to open up any discussion or any questions that you guys have so far. Does anybody have any burning questions that you want to ask a soon-to-be dietitian and test his knowledge for 6 years of school, anything like that?
So could you do something different besides barley?
For this recipe? Yeah, sure. Let's do any kind of grain. I kind of like the ones that take a little bit longer to incorporate the liquid in, to do that real traditional risotto. But that's just that's kind of a whole process in that. I love cooking. When I did a big demo and a big conference the other day, and they asked me the #1 thing that I could recommend to people cooking or to learning how to cook. Just put love into it, and just put just real passion and love. And risotto is one of those things that you really it brings out love and feelings and all that out of it. So it's great. It's a great process. There's actually whole books written about how to cook risotto. So I like to stick with Oreo rice and barley just because they take a little bit longer. But brown rice would be something that takes a little bit longer just to incorporate. You're getting those flavors involved in the grain. Does anybody know what enriched grains mean? So yeah, please tell me. Let's talk. I like to have an open conversation.
Well, let me see. Like enriched white flour is they take everything out of the grain that is white, and then they add vitamins back to it.
Add vitamins, exactly. What do they not add into it?
Bran and what do you call the shell?
So that's what the endosperm, yeah. Bran, endosperm.
Oh, the bran's on the outside. What's on the inside then?
Oh man, you bran, endosperm.
And this is the part.
Yeah. Anyways, there's one more component. Yeah, but that has all the fiber in it. So we're not adding the fiber back. It's gonna come to me right when I leave here.
So
but
when you get
yeah,
the stuff is it
so it's enriched, but we're not adding that fiber back into it. We're adding some of the B vitamins in it, but we're missing that folate, the potassium. So we want, even though enriched is a little bit better than refined, we're definitely sticking with those whole grains, and we're sticking with those ancient grains. Start trying out some grains. Let's see. I know everybody knows quinoa by now.
I have a question.
Yeah, please.
You said that they took things out of it, the nutrients out of it. How do we know that we're getting it before that stuff?
How do we know we're getting it before it's
what can we buy that we get all of the
We're buying those whole grains. We're purchasing the bulgur, the millet, the amaranth, the quinoa. So a lot of these things, especially like cooked processed or cooked like minute brown rice, that's actually a refined grain. You can find like quick cooked barley that's par cooked, that doesn't remove some of this process, but it is going to be 100%. What you're looking for, that refined in the ingredients list. We're looking at the labels, and we're looking at the process that they take. There are healthy options out there, but go in your bulk section and just buy some black rice, buy some amaranth, buy some millet, and try these grains out. It's not real hard to look at. Just pick up the web and just see what the cooking times are. Some of them, millet millet and it takes a little bit longer. Millet and amaranth, those are they cook in like, we're talking a couple minutes. Brown rice takes 45 minutes. Black rice only takes 10 minutes. And black rice is a whole grain. Yes, ma'am.
What is quinoa? You said we all know quinoa, but I don't
quinoa.
know. I don't know quinoa.
Quinoa. It's okay. Quinoa.
Yeah.
Quinoa. Yeah. So quinoa it's called an ancient grain. It's being produced a lot more. We demanded it, so now there's more farmland available. And
you have it?
We do not. Oh, we do, somewhere.
Oh, okay.
Great. So my recommendation with quinoa is rinsing it. So I was cooking it for a year without rinsing it, and it has a protective layer over it. It's kind of hard to rinse it because it goes right through your colander. I would definitely use like something like a cheesecloth to rinse that. But
I did get some of that. I got it here, I think.
Yeah.
Good.
And I cooked it, and it's very good.
Oh, it's excellent.
I didn't know what the name of it was.
Yeah, so it's a complete protein. It has all the essential amino acids. And frike is now on there, but I really recommend just trying them out and see what you like. Millet is used for bird food, but it's a wonderful. I think it's $1.33 a pound. It's so affordable.
Cooked or uncooked for bird food?
It doesn't matter. It's a great ancient grain. That's what we're using it for in today's society. But it's something that I include in my diet. I mean, you understand the energies that birds use. So that's and then buckwheat is an excellent source of a whole grain. Buckwheat is actually gluten-free, even though it has wheat in the name. Yeah. So quinoa. Okay, yeah, we're good. It's still a whole grain. Seeds are just as good. Yeah.
It's a complete protein, is what she told me.
It is a complete protein. Right.
It's not just.
So there's only two grains that are complete proteins right now that I'm aware of, is frike and quinoa.
Spell frike.
F-R-E-E-K-E-H. Frike. There's only one company I know that's making it, so it's still pretty expensive. As we demand it more, it's going to go down in price. I did find it at Hokie for $1.49 for a package. What I bought at Earth Fair for $4.99 a package, but you're going to have to fight me for it because I usually buy all of mine off the shelf. But if you see it down there, and start asking them for it. If you talk to your managers, talk to the supermarkets, and start asking for these things, they're going to become available. So it's a wonderful grain.
May I ask a question?
Please.
About barley. In our history, barley water and barley soups or stuff made with barley was considered a very nutritional value to a person that had been wounded or was sick. I want to know what the nutritional value is.
For barley?
Yes.
You're talking high in B vitamins. You're talking high in potassium. You're talking high in folate. You're talking the high in fiber. Your selenium is high in that, which is awesome, especially and it's kind of weird. I did menopausal education. That comes into play. Selenium is definitely one of those vitamins that we need as we get older. But just a personal, when I was doing the ancient grains, and I wish I had a little more time, I would have actually brought all these to try out and just cooked with water, just for everybody to try. I definitely have, if you guys want to talk about a little more in depth on any kind of cooking instructions, no problem. But when I was doing this first demo for some dietitians, me and my daughter were cooking all the grains. She has terrible, kind of problems with her GI and stuff like that, but she had the most awesome turnaround just from trying these grains out. And I learned about it in school, and I research it, but until you see it, until you feel it, until it doesn't really hit home. So I know that for a fact that these are where it's at, and I really recommend kind of incorporating these into your diet, trying these out. Which kind of a homework assignment is to try out black rice, barley, millet, amaranth. I know you mentioned, Jonathan, a couple more that's in farro.
Spelled, Kamut.
What is it?
Spelled.
Spelled. Thank you. Spelled. Very nice. So yeah, just kind of incorporating these. Let's see. Yes.
You've been mentioning a lot about the B vitamins.
Well, why we need these? I mean, we're finding these. A lot of people get these. I mean, they're used for energy. They're used for our cells, for I mean, this is our fuel for our bodies. Please.
With all the good stuff that you have in barley, how much of that is present in beer?
Well, barley's known for beer, definitely. I would say 0. I mean, the process to make beer, they're probably cooking all the nutrients out of it. And, but I would love to say beer is good for you. Moderation, but yeah, definitely. I wouldn't drink my beer to get my whole grains for the week. Great question though. Yes. So B vitamins, yeah. So B vitamins are definitely. I mean, we need this for our bodies. We're one of the main source of this is from animals. So it's great to have another source to get the vitamins that we need. So,
like B12 helps with some kind of absorption, right, or something. Like they're all beneficial. It's all different types of B vitamins. I know we haven't really gone into that.
So yeah, B12. I mean, you're talking iron absorption. So you're talking. I mean, it's the yeah. I really we'll go from that.
Yeah.
So.
The B vitamins are good for the liver.
Yeah, thank you.
Stress is one.
Yeah.
Stress.
Well, can you next week, since you're going to be here? a little bit,
Please. I don't think it's next week. In 2 weeks. Yeah.
can you do the array of grains for us?
Do you want to do that? I would love to do that. Do you want to try these out? Cool.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Barley has gluten in it.
Barley does have gluten. Yeah, it does.
If you set out an array of the different grains, could you also like distinguish between like what's gluten-free?
I do. Okay. So barley, I'm gonna just go over a couple of these right now. So barley, $1.39 a pound. It has the key ingredients are fiber, protein, niacin, iron, and zinc. It is a gluten grain. It is found mostly in beer. Farro, that's right there, really nutty flavor, has the iron, fiber, protein. This farro takes a long time to cook. You have to have about 2 hours. It does contain gluten.
What is farro?
Farro it's a Roman Empire, 18th century. It's from Italy. It's a grain, one of these grains. So use 3 to 1. Let's see right here.
Now, if you soak that, is that going to reduce the cooking time?
Something like you would do with like a bean.
Yeah.
I would probably cook that unless, I mean, you could soak it a little bit. I don't know. Yeah, I know it works for beans, but I can't tell you exactly with farro. So black rice, I've kind of go over that.
It always turns out sticky for the black rice.
Black rice is sticky, yeah, and it's real purple and nice, and I just love it. I love it, yeah. You can introduce a little bit of like a oil or something to that to keep that from getting as sticky as, but it does have a little sticky component to it. But
Wouldn't steam it, bring it down, get it so sticky?
So I cook mine. I mean, it literally takes like 10 minutes. I mean, it's not like, I mean, if it's really mushy, then you're overcooking it. But there is a little stickiness to it.
You see it,
Yeah.
losing it better than instead of water being 8, so we can add water.
Yeah. So
Also for grain, steel cut oats is good as well too.
I'm sorry?
Steel cut oats.
Yeah, definitely.
So I have that in the morning.
So that's one of those.
Preparation,
Yeah.
45 minutes for cooking. Organic steel cut oats.
Right, so we're doing that batch cooking, like I recommended, like on Sundays, is doing kind of a batch cooking, setting yourself up. Some of the grains that do take a little bit longer, there's no problem with kind of batch cooking those in the beginning. And batch cooking in the beginning of the week, kind of set them up. They'll last about 5 days in the refrigerator. So something like steel cut oats or brown rice, you could do those in batch cooking. So we're kind of setting ourselves up for success and for the week. And yeah, good. Yes, sir.
I heard, I might have heard it wrong, but I heard barley was actually a fruit.
A fruit? I couldn't tell you on that. Yeah, that's a little bit out of my wheelhouse, and I apologize. With the schooling, with the internship, with preparing for the process, there is a lot of information. It's. I mean, we are. Yeah. So I really.
Not to apologize for.
I couldn't tell you. Yeah. That's it. I mean, a fruit. What? Like a fruit berry or something like that. Yeah.
I thought it might maybe there's someone who can't eat any grain and they might be able to eat barley.
Yeah, I really, it's kind of like an introduction as far as just kind of getting everybody introduced to this, and then I wish I had the risotto out here cooking. We'll definitely be able to try this out. So.
While we're on this topic, I just want to talk a little bit more about what you guys want to learn about next time David's here, because I'm hearing a lot of really great questions and you're digging in deeper. So I just want to pick your brains about what else you want to hear. So it sounds like you guys want a spread of all different kinds of grains. You want to look at it when it's cooked, or you want to look at it when it's not cooked? Both. Okay. And then what kinds of things do you want to learn about them? Gluten versus not gluten, how long it takes to cook, water, vitamins. Okay.
Yeah, this is great for me. I need to go over this. I mean, this is all taught over the years in my classes, and it really is, it's a really crazy process what we go through, but I'm going to go do my research, and I'm sorry I can't answer some of these questions just like that.
I don't think anyone
I definitely like this, and I'm going to do my research, and I want to figure out what you guys want to learn about and talk about. And with my study, I mean, it's all research based. Some of the things outside of the box, I kind of tend to stay away from, because this is really, you guys are professionals. You guys have been coming to Alley. You guys know this stuff, but it's kind of bringing this to the person that really that has the white bread, has the processed meats, the processed cheese, and they're getting no fiber, they're getting no nutrients, they're getting no vitamins. And as far as we want those array of vegetables, we want those array of fruits, we want all those different colors to make sure that we are getting every single vitamin and mineral. We're getting that fiber, we're getting the protein. So that's the basics of this. I will have a nutritional breakdown of these, and I really wish, and the next 2 weeks that gives me, to cook off probably like 8 different grains. It does take a couple hours, and I like to have these individualized, so we're going to definitely taste them, and that's really important to me. That's a really missing component for this whole demonstration today. Yes, Jonathan?
You may have already mentioned this, but as far as I know, barley does contain gluten. So barley and rye and wheat are the 3 gluten grains.
Right.
You've got to be aware of. So if anyone has any
celiac
disease, you've got to.
Okay, I've had, and I'm going to tell you right now, I've had 2 actual celiac disease diagnosed patients out of probably 1,000 patients. I'm really a strong believer. I understand just in my own experimentation, but gluten, I think it's more of the refining of the grain. I don't think actual wheat and barley is bad for you as far as the gluten, but the process that we're putting into it, taking all these great things out, is really what is causing a lot of the bad stuff that's happening.
Well, David, there's a protein within barley that is what's causing the issue for those with celiac. Celiac is about 1% of the population is celiac, but about 6% could be sensitive to grains.
Yeah. And I don't know your body more than you do, so that's a personal preference. And that's definitely, if you can take some things out of your diet, you can take everything out of your diet and introduce things slowly and see how your body reacts. But we definitely wanting to stay away just from the processed foods. Cooking our own foods at home, being in control of our own diet. So, one of the things I'm bringing to the table as a dietitian is that my ability to cook and teach college age students, teach kids, teach grown-ups, teach adults how to cook, and actually prepare their meals and being in control of what's going into their bodies. So.
Can I ask a question?
Please.
What is gluten?
So gluten it's a protein. It's
bad for you?
I don't believe so. My research does not say it is. People have sensitivities. People have, there is celiac disease. There is, a true allergy to it. But there is testing for that. I really strongly believe that it's more of the refining of the grains that is the problem.
There's certain diseases that are made worse by
right. Well, my research hasn't brought that up yet. But as far as so no, and it's a personal preference as well. Have you taken gluten out of your diet?
Yes.
And how do you feel? Isn't that awesome? Good. Right. Have you introduced any whole grains into your diet as well, though, or is that?
Well, I've been using lots of things, but I have to stay away from all.
So.
Allie doesn't listen to us.
Yeah.
That was a lot of us.
I can bring some of the resources on gluten that Allie has if you guys would like that next week. Yes? Okay.
And also I read an article the other day about gluten and how that they are finding it with bleach. Some of these times to get the bleach to produce more, so that's why you see these horrible reactions with children, and stuff like that, and they don't know where it's coming from. And I eat a lot of barley. I love it because it's good for me. But so that's something to think about, how it gets organic.
Oh, 100%, and where they're processing it, and I really recommend doing your own research and coming to the conclusion yourself. I'm under direct guidelines. What I can recommend, I have to stay in a certain criteria, but there's studies, there's research. Just make sure they're from reputable sources. Some research is done, some things come on the table that things are bad for you, and people are quick to react. One time cranberries cause cancer. It turns out if you eat 1,000 tons of cranberries in a day, they cause cancer in a rat. But it's definitely, you don't want to get, there's certain trends, but as far as kind of gimmicks, stuff like that, a lot of the gluten-free products you find at the store, mostly everything's gluten-free. You don't have to have a gluten-free label. They put a gluten-free label on it, but they're having in fats and sugars, very expensive. And companies know that people are realizing that gluten is bad, or the research is there. It's there. It's just not there for me quite yet. But companies take advantage of this. So they put out a product, protein is another one. Everything's high in protein. Our protein needs aren't as high as the companies are making it out to be. So yes.
Can you tell me whether you're processing these grains
and
cooking them? Can you use a slow cooker
Sure.
to make those batches without losing the nutrients?
So as long as you're not taking the water out, as long as you're keeping the water in.
So that it absorbs it all?
Right. So, just like vegetables. Vegetables, I blanch and shock a lot. So blanching is bringing water to a boil. Put your vegetables in for 90 seconds. This locks in those vitamins, nutrients, and the colors, and then immediately put them in an ice bath. This stops the cooking process. So this is a perfectly good way. It doesn't take any of the vitamins, nutrients out. It actually helps it. It benefits it. But if you put something in to boil, and you're not actually, vegetable stock is great, something like that, to make homemade vegetable stock. But if you taking the nutrients out and it's in the water, and you're not actually consuming the water, then yeah, then they are losing it. I've never really soaked grains before. I cook them. So if I don't have time, or I don't have 45 minutes to cook that brown rice, I'm gonna go with something like a black rice or something like that.
Just a final comment. Dave, I think your point is really, really well taken, that we do need to research on our own. I mean, there are some things that are out there that are standards, but it's still important for you to research regarding your own body. Just we can't recommend or suggest or say anything. Research it and do what's right for yourself.
1,000% agree with you.
I want to say that.
Definitely.
I soaked bulgur and brown rice and quinoa once. With lentils.
Yep.
And everything was mushed with lentils. You know, but in rice cooker for 20 minutes.
So yeah, everything has its own little special cooking times, and yeah, they're definitely yeah. So I'm gonna start the demos. I'm wondering how my risotto's doing.
It's coming.
Is it coming?
Along,
do you mind if I just go take a peek at it real quick?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. I'm not gonna leave you guys for just a second.
Is there anything else that you guys are curious about the grains?
How to use them.
Yeah.
So maybe some recipes.
And bread recipes or
Some suggestions.
Yes.
What were you
So we can not use refined flour, but refined some bread.
You know, I think we're going to have a whole separate class all on bread making. Would that be funny? Good. Okay. Awesome. What else? Anything else that you guys want to know about these grains?
So we got another probably 15 minutes, 20 minutes on the risotto, but you guys, I'm going to do the smoothies now, and then I'd like you to go through the line, and then we'll have the risotto out after that. So basically, I'm making a smoothie right now. I got my blueberries, peaches, Greek yogurt, and almond milk. And I like to sneak in some of my whole grains. I'm going to try to get some vegetables in the morning. I'm going to try to get some of those fruits, the protein in the morning, and if I can get the whole grains in the morning as well with oats, I'm doing good. It's a real good way to start off your morning. We're hitting, probably about 2 servings of those fruits in the morning, and about a serving of whole grains in the morning. So,
you can sit on it and you'll probably
basically I'm going to just start this up and then we'll try them out. Do you guys want to start this tune that starts at noon?
We got about 5 minutes, so you can go ahead.
Okay. All right, so so I got discussion topic. I'll do my regular setup. It's about 8 whole grains. We're going to try all these out. I'll bring raw, I'll bring cooked. Do my research on B12 vitamins. You got me on that one. And any other topics we want to talk about? Do you want to do kind of for a cooking demo as well? Anything like that? You want to do protein? Okay, good. And we'll discuss gluten a little bit more. So awesome. Well, I appreciate you guys. So we got recipes for both of these. And I got the nutrient breakdown of these as well. That would be great. Yeah, let's do that. Thank you. I appreciate all your questions and your conversation. Yeah, very awesome.
But you don't see regular barley, but that's not near as good, is it?
I think pearl barley is the refined version of that. Yes, yeah. So it's not. It's just like buying white rice. Yeah, at that point. now Trader Joe's does have a cooked barley that is hard cooked. That it's not the pearl. They're not refining it, but they're actually hard cooking it and then I guess freeze dry. I don't know how the process is, but it still has the nutrients in it. So barley takes about 45 minutes to cook. That's why I wanted this cooking right away in the beginning. It's going to take a little bit longer, but barley is one of those. Yeah, and the bulk sections are great. So you can just buy a serving of something like amaranth or millet or buckwheat, and you're not invested in a large amount. So you can just buy enough to try it out. If you like it, start incorporating it in your diet throughout the week.
So you put, was that oatmeal that you put?
Yeah, these are steel cut oats, yeah.
You put that straight?
I do,
Wow.
and this wonderful blender is going to break this down. So I've written a letter to BlendTech to try to get one of these myself to sponsor me. This is one of the only blenders I know that can really break this down to where it's palatable. So it's good. I also add flaxseed. This is kind of on my. I'm seeing that this is a really good seed to introduce in the morning. It's really. So and talking to people as well, like I heard, you have to keep it in your freezer to keep all the nutrients in, but I'm starting to introduce those in my smoothies as well in the morning. So yeah, I use sprouted grains in my personal diet. Yeah, and I sprinkle those on like my salads or especially my yogurt.
Do you sprout them or did you buy them?
I bought them sprouted. Yeah. I love, so when I shop, it's Trader Joe's, it's Hopi, it's Aldi, and my last resort is going to be like Harris Teeter or Earth Fare, but I'll travel with. Yeah, I would love to shop at Valley and Soul. It's so wonderful. But Aldi, if you're in the buy, they have fruits and vegetables, very affordable. They're really cheap. So, and then Hopi they have the greatest selection of whole grains, and I don't know if you like the grass-fed beef, or I know that's kind of another topic. But this might get a little bit loud, so. Love it. Yeah, I do that. Thank you.
Oh, okay, guys. Thank you so much for all your really great questions. Before everybody starts moving, I know David gave a brief intro in the beginning, but a lot of you guys walked in after that. David has been helping us out a lot with a lot of different areas in our organization within the past few weeks. He's been giving health and wellness lessons on our Friday class, as well as helping with a new program that we just started. And I just want to tell you a little bit about it. We just started a program called the Cookbook Project, which is in Buncombe County Early College. So we're in the schools with these awesome high schoolers that are super eager to learn. And we're giving them nutrition literacy and cooking skills. And so there's about 15 students every Friday that meet for 8 weeks. And David is in there. Carla is the program manager and is doing awesome. And so last Friday was our first class, and David came in and taught them how to use knives and how to cook properly, and just lots of really cool stuff coming. And so we're really glad that David's able to help also at this market and do education for us. And how awesome is it that he's like, all right, tell me what you want to learn, and he's going to come and he's going to teach you that. So that's awesome. So thank you all for your patience and eagerness to learn all the time. We told you that there wasn't going to be a lot of food today because Mana's closed. Well, surprise.